Wrong place. So what Brett's doing is he has found success in getting some treatment that focuses on energy. So that's what he's doing right now. If anyone's curious, as they hear that in the background. That reminds me, I needed to share to Facebook. So yesterday, sorry about the quick end. David hadn't realized I was streaming and decided he was just going to close it. Which was actually kind of funny type, just the way it happened was unusual. So, yeah. Now, here's where I'm at. I need one more master note. And we have 15 minutes. So, in that time, I hope you'll excuse me. I have not eaten breakfast yet. I'm getting me some avocado toast quickly ready. And then what we'll do is we'll go after, because I double checked, we can go after, what do you call them? Foundables without an issue. So we'll go after foundables. We'll do we'll just do that because there is some to fight in the forest. Some challenges to fight, or some of the later ones are fighting in the forest. So that's the plan for today. Hopefully we'll have people join. Join and say hi. I'm trying to remember if we need to place foundables or not. Or I mean, place so many in here for one of them. That one always can be annoying depending on where it's placed, but it is an acceptable one to me compared to some of the others. So we will look in a little bit. There, that's better. Not there. Not there. Okay, we can just place. Okay, who's Harriet, I wonder? Hermione. Okay, so what's the Harriet, what's that smell? Hermione, Ron. I'm Hermione. And what you're smelling is probably residual musk from the baby mountain troll foundable we just returned. I think I've smelled it before. In a bathroom? But that can't be right. Why would a troll be in a bathroom? And why do I vaguely recall dropping its club on its head? You remember facing Professor Quirrell's mountain troll? This settles it. Some of your memories have definitely returned. But how is this possible? Kit Gerard and Flavius Flint went multiple months without any sign of memory recovery. Could the foundables themselves be the key? The scary thing is, and I'm going to be honest, I could see them being tempted to use the calamity to bring back Ron's memories. But hey, Steph, it's so good to see you. I've been worried about you. It's not as hard as previous events have been. Part of me wondered if that's what it was. But but I was just going, I don't think I've seen her in like a week. And that's not like you. So I was hoping something hadn't happened to you. And it was just that you got busy. So I'm very grateful to know you just got busy. I forgot, you don't have ingredients near you. I do have something for you if you open up your gift from me. If you can. Notice what's at the top of my gifts. So with your grandmother? You must have a lot of cousins that are younger than you, if that's the case. Not that that's not possible. In fact, we were talking about that recently with me and my kids. I'll talk to you in a minute. I just can't seem to wrap my head around what the Unforgivable's goals are. Adversaries would lead you to believe they're interested in bringing back the Death Eaters and pure blood supremacy. But this business with magical creatures poachers... This business with magical creature poachers and black markets, it doesn't quite fit with what we've come to expect from them, does it? You said it yourself. There's no guarantee this dodgy activity in Cape Town has anything to do with the Unforgivable. True, but I can't think of any other logical explanation for why Grimm would draw our attention to beast poaching not once but twice. Perhaps our problem is there's Grindelwald's army. Perhaps rather than some shared ideal, the Unforgivable's reasons for grouping up are more practical and self-serving. I just meant where you said the transfer of a grandkid back to her mama. Unless you meant you were taking your grandkid back and met up with your grandmother while you were at it. That works. I just thought I'd mention it. Okay, that makes more sense. I had understood that your grandmother was that you were helping your grandmother transfer one of her grandkids to their mother. So task 1 also has brew 3 potions. And then task 2 is use master notes. That makes more sense. I was gonna say, not that it couldn't happen. I mean, my kids, most of their cousins, like, there's a decent chance they will have cousins the same age as their kids. Looks like I may have 2 of what everyone says they can't find. Everyone's struggling to find adult Thestrals. And I was like, I didn't want to say anything, but I thought, that showed up the first thing I clicked on. Okay. Wingardium Leviosa. I can see that happening. Honestly, I had a young woman leader, so a church, as you know, a church teacher, which a lot of people don't understand, but who was pregnant at the same time I was. That her the child's dad, or no, not the child's dad. The child's older brother had a daughter because my young woman leader had been married right out of high school. And they were still together. So it wasn't that a remarriage case, but she had a child, or she had like 3 children, and one of them died, and it really affected the family, and so they quit trying for kids and whatever, and didn't have any other kids for years and years. Like, her son, her oldest, was a few years older than me. When he was in high school, he got a girl pregnant, or soon after. I can't remember which one it was. Must have been high school. You know, literally high school or right after. But, so his child was 6 years old. And she was in her early to mid 40s and had a surprise. Found out she was pregnant. So the child was born an uncle. And it actually was kind of funny to me, but helpful, Because my oldest brother, or not oldest, my youngest brother, Jade, turned 8 right about when Stephen was born. And threw a fit. He did not want to see my son. He did not want, and we're wondering what's going on. And Mom's sitting here saying everything for him. And I'm going, Mom, shut up and let him talk. And finally she let him talk. And he said he wanted to go to Never Never Land. Why? Because I'm not old enough to be a girl. Because I don't want to be a grown-up. And I'm like, and I looked over at Mom and smiled. And I looked at him. And Mom just had this huge shocked look on her face. Because she had been so sure she knew exactly why my brother didn't want anything to do with Stephen. And to find out that it wasn't anything like she thought was, and all of a sudden after that, he wanted to be with my kids. They were many times like younger brothers and sisters to him. And he wanted a good relationship with them and everything else. And it was, so I was grateful. But yeah, I have known cases where even without remarriage, the uncle is younger than the niece or nephew. I think that was one of the more significant ones, though, where it was like literally 6 to 7 years. The niece was 6 to 7 years older than the uncle. And there was like no one in between. Well, no one in between the niece and the uncle. A lot of times you'll get in between children or stuff. I could see that happening. I'm not sure. I didn't stay in touch with that family much to know what happened, if that's what happened there. Honestly, I know it was when he was born, there weren't any other nieces or nephews on the way. It was literally just her. So it was very possible that something similar. I just don't know. Yep. I don't want to tell anyone I had one right off the bat, other than people who watch my stream, because you know how many I get around here. But online, a lot of people are complaining they can't find them. Green one. First thing I click on was one of them. So, I am not sure. Next Saturday, not this Saturday, but the 29th, I may not go live. And next Monday, so the Monday before the 29th, I may not go live. I'm having a get together with all my daughters and future daughter-in-laws. And I say daughter-in-laws, even though only one son's getting married, because my stepson is pretty serious with a girl and they're talking marriage. And it's going to happen. It's just when. So I'm doing that. We start at 10 and it'll depend on how long it goes. Two of us, me and Mindy, are getting our hair dyed. Lexi is getting a cut. And me, Mindy, Lexi, my other future daughter-in-law are getting their nails done, and Chrissy says she'll probably come join us. And then I think that Wednesday I may not be able to be on either. We will see when Chrissy's graduation is, if it's online or not. If it is online and it's at the same time, I may not be able to do it because if it's online, I'm going to be catching her graduation. Will do. I'm just trying to give heads up. Brett, would you call David and see what he's calling me for? Sorry. I just figure if I give you guys a heads up that that's what's going on. So my stepdaughter's graduating. And then we have my son's wedding next week. So.
What are you saying?
David just tried to call.
Okay, I'll try calling him.
Thank you. That's
he just called Danny just a short while ago. He's probably calling to see about when you're coming in.
And that could be. I was just trying to find out what he was calling about. He could jump on the stream if he would. Yeah. Okay, let's go pick up that and see what's out here. There, finally a grate. I was getting them all the time
Try calling Mom.
yesterday.
No, she's screaming right now, David.
Tell him to jump on the stream and ask.
Pick Mindy up.
This is what I was thinking of. I came in here for some reason and I couldn't remember for a minute.
I can go ask her that. After she gets thread.
And if you could ask, what estimated how long that would take?
I don't know how long it's gonna take. David's wondering how much longer, and he wants you and Mindy to meet him at Subway for lunch
After you get thread.
after you get thread.
Literally just ate.
I know, and he wants Subway for you and Mindy.
But I don't have money to pay right now, so let's pay back.
He wants Subway. He doesn't want it necessarily
You still
for us.
streaming?
Yeah?
Okay, just checking. So yeah,
Yes, I want Subway, but I also want them to come and get me, and because he is there, I also want to get them Subway.
okay. So,
In other words, get food for lunch, for breakfast or lunch for tomorrow.
something like that, whatever it is.
Okay.
Anyway,
Would you mind putting something on top of that and putting those in the fridge? And I guess I'll hurry and
I guess.
get ready to go.
Alrighty,
After they get thread.
alrighty. Well, have Mom message.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye. I guess I'll put him in the fridge.
Thank you. I'm just trying to, since he wants to hurry.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. Especially because I also have to get in. We have to get all of that done before 3. If I remember right. Yeah. So, and I don't know how long it'll take Mindy to shop, so I will be watching, and maybe we'll be able to grab Mindy. Okay, not. So we'll do a flipendo. So what I need to do with Mindy is I need to grab thread. Because a week or two ago we went shopping in Salt Lake. We didn't even go shopping here. We literally went down to Salt Lake. And anything that was, well, basically there was nothing that looked reasonable that we could find anywhere. We checked Walmart's, we checked everywhere but DI to look for shirts and skirts for me and for Mindy. Nothing. Unless you were talking like 300. And I looked at Mindy and she looked at me and we went, there's no way. Mindy could make it for less than that and have no worry about sizes or anything else. And so, basically everything would fit a lot better, etc. So, she's making us some skirts and shirts and stuff. Gotta turn on my light so I can see, because I can't figure out where I set my keys when I got home yesterday. I came in here and was exhausted because I'd gone shopping all day with David. And then, there they are. Then we got home, and then later on that evening, after having spent time shopping with David, and too late to go do anything, or to get to Joanne's in time, Mindy messaged me that she needed to go shopping and get the thread, and I was like, really, kid? Why didn't you contact me earlier? When I was out shopping. So we kind of were, so then it left today to go get her the thread so we can be done in time. Okay, here's the bread.
You need the van moved for Mom to go out.
So we're going to do that today, just so she can get the stuff in time. And then tomorrow I have doctor's appointment and just a well checkup. Not well child, I'm so used to saying well child. Because for years, that's all I do is get my kids well child checkups. Because I could justify those. I couldn't justify getting my own checkup, but now with the EDS, there's certain things that are suggested just to keep an eye on. And our insurance covers yearly well checkups for everyone. And so I figured I might as well. So for the EDS study, genetic study. Hopefully you're still there. I would guess you cut out for a little bit, but hopefully you're still there. So tomorrow I'm getting my blood drawn for the EDS study. And it's what they're doing is they're trying to find the genetic cause of HEDS. And I figured of everyone, I needed to make sure do my best to make sure that the Utah line is in the study. And the reason I say the Utah line is, and it's probably, well, it's not not even just Utah. It's I got it from both grandmothers, and it would have to either be the same gene or affect the same gene the same way. It may have been two separate changes in the genetics, but that happen the same way, and both are genetic, or both are dominant traits. But it's rare for a genetic to have a genetic component that affects things, the exact same things, the exact same way to happen. So it probably is the exact gene. Now, it's possible it's not the exact, and both of them are just dominant traits that lead to HEDS, and I have two separate types of HEDS. And so, if so, both of them would be represented. But yeah. And with them being dominant, if I had two separate ones, it would still mean 100% of my kids would have it, because I could only give one. One or the other. I couldn't, and so it would still be that way. But either way, they're both, with me sending mine in, as long as nothing happens, which it doesn't. It seems like something weird happens with my saliva, but not with my blood. And I'm not, and maybe it's due to HEDS, but 23andMe could not get my genetics. They could Danny's, and they could my mother's and my father's, but they couldn't get mine. And they tried a few times. And so I'm not sure what happened there. Already had the problem with 23andMe. So it will be interesting to see what comes back, because from what I understand, they may give us access to our genetic, from what I understand, they do give us access to our full genome breakdown, and I can then take that and upload it into some of the different ancestry things, and that'll help me in relation to also trying to help my kids discover their father's line. Because there's some trying to do his genealogy, there's some things that aren't adding up. My mom's line is working out as expected. I haven't started one way in my dad's line to see if it's working out as expected, but I have no doubts in it. Well, actually, yes, I have. So I have no doubts in my father's line either, at least early generations. raises questions about what my husband was told about his genetics, because the amounts aren't showing up right, and yet I have proof of my side that at least where I'm at right now, everything appears to be exactly what we were told. And I say that because it's people, I'm connected to people that I should be connected to, that I'm only connected to generations back. So like my grandparents' siblings are their ancestors. Things like that. So at least that far back is showing up as correct. So okay, I am going to try and get a hold of Mindy. That I was coming. So Mindy should be with us really soon. Actually, let's go in here and help here even. It's not like I'm worried about. But yeah, so that's what's going on tomorrow. And I want to make sure those genes are represented so that they can figure things out, because pretty sure if we have those genes, a lot more people here in Utah, if they can get to the point of getting tested, will be found to have it. I love when it goes this fast. Just a group of people all focused on taking them out as fast as they can. Because I've had that same chamber before take forever. Okay, fine. You're gonna leave, I'll go in by myself. But it's nice when you have that many people, because then you can all go after your own strength, and it goes even faster than if you go in by yourself. Nine out of 15. So 6 more foes. Sadly, I'm not getting drops, but oh well. The one thing I didn't like, about Sunday's event was you had to use the magical games rune and you only got that drop. But I can't complain either. It was, you at least could get it. It just compared to other times when you would get drops of both, you could use any rune and you would get a drop of what you needed, plus a drop from the rune. Was nice. So if I finish today, then tomorrow's stream, tomorrow's stream will either be, if I finish today, tomorrow's stream may be a little bit of Wizards Unite, and it may be from home, we'll see. If it's from home and I've completed the event and the bonus, then it'll be probably be writing the story live. If not, we'll obviously work on that. As soon as I can get those done, we will work on writing the story. that's another reason I'm kind of making this a longer stream and trying to finish it as quick as possible. Hopefully Mindy will get here soon. See where we're at gifts wise. Okay, we're still good. But I think I might get rid of some of those rune stones. Since Mindy will have the phone and then David will have the phone, so it'll be easy to have them go after ends and such. Just seeing if I didn't think it had time to open it, but I wanted to check. Let's see. Okay, that's an XP. I don't have that one. I need one more gold, because they're going to get a gold one. Goddesses is XP. That's regular spell energy. XP. 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 Someone's got music playing loud. Okay. I'm not... it's UPS. Which is even stranger, but oh well. Golly gee, Mindy, come on. That energy disappeared. Oh well. Let's call Stevens. I didn't think it should take this long. So what happened is Steven's card got hijacked, and he had to close it. But he has a wedding reception tonight of someone from his mission that he was close to on his mission. And so he wants to make sure he goes to it, but he needs a card to be able to do that. And so he's going to use our card and pay us back. Well, he doesn't need a card to be able to do it, but he's a little bit worried. He wants the card just in case. From what he said, he's got enough gas right now. He should be okay, but he doesn't want to risk it. And I'm grateful. I prefer him to do that than to have to call us to come help him get gas. And we have to drive somewhere late at night to help him get gas. I know one thing I can do. So the reason she's making stuff is our arm measurement is different than the rest of our body measurement. But here's one. I'm not sure which one of these two which one of these she's doing. She's doing one of the ones with the side panels. I know that much. I think it's this one. For her, for me, she's actually making it into a shirt and a skirt. And then she's using between one, we got sleeve patterns. And then we got some different shirt patterns and skirt patterns. And she's going to make me some more shirts and skirts. For the same amount that it would have been to get, so we're getting, her and I are each getting one dress that dress skirt, whatever. And then I'm getting a few more shirts and a few more skirts, all for the same price that it would have been to get one outfit that we aren't even sure would have fit. I didn't even bother to try it on. And we aren't sure, but there's a possibility that it's because of EDS. That our EDS may have something to do with the sizes. Because our arms are a lot bigger than everything else. Okay, Steph says hi and she's on.
Hi.
I made it a longer string because she was like, hopefully we can do it with Mindy. And part of the reason for needing to hurry is, one, Stephen needs the card and wants to leave between 3 and 3:30. And before that, David wants picked up and to take you and me to Subway and have me pay for it. And then he'll pay me back later. So we're going after Purple Street. My Subway's just going to go in the fridge. I figured you would be getting thread for all the dresses since they have to be done by next week.
Yeah.
But I was wondering about the you falling out. The other shirts and skirts.
No, I'm not looking at stuff for that yet.
School to get stuff done. If that makes sense. Because something about he had a heck of a lot of homework, or not homework, he has a documentary.
On Lafayette.
Huh?
On Lafayette, I think.
No,
I know he had at
on the
least something.
This one was on the 18th Amendment
Ah.
that was repealed. That's the Prohibition Amendment. But for his civics, government, whatever class. And I was like, you really could take that into teaching how, and really score points. Had already written the script and everything. And I'm like, I hope you had touched on it because there's so much if you go into that one about how, one, we need to be involved in government, but two, how government can overstep their bounds with laws, and three, how even some government entities, police and whatever, can actually pretend that the law claims more than it does. Because there was never a prohibition on drinking, it was just on selling it.
Which is why they had speakeasies.
Well, and so the problem being, many counties and whatever would actually arrest over even if you were caught drinking it. And they'd claim it went against that law, when actually it wasn't against the law, and there was no law against drinking it. The only law was selling. And so they were actually breaking the law, claiming they were upholding the law type thing. Oh, yeah. Be with you in a little bit, Mindy. I almost got inside and went, oh yeah, mask. And Mindy grabbed my favorite mask, but that's okay. So, yeah, that was interesting. Let's see. Threads. Here we are at the threads. There's Mindy. Trying to decide what threads would work best with the cloth. Really pretty cloths too, I think. And mine's the hardest for her to pick out because it's numerous different shades. If the same color works for your blue and mine.
No.
Okay. Just thought I'd mention it. That's why mine's a bigger piece. So I'm going to show them. This is the color of my part of my dress. So you can see why he's having trouble choosing one color to sew with.
Question is, do I need one or two?
You could get two, and if you don't need that much, you could either use it later or return it. Or you could go with bigger ones over here.
The what?
Oh, right over here. Here's these two. I don't know what price. Okay, here we are. What? Let's see. I wanted just blue. Okay. So, was it this one or this one? I think it's this one.
Was what?
I'm just trying to figure out.
Oh, there's in
Yeah, I think two of those may be cheaper than, I'm not sure. Or not two of those. One of those may be cheaper than two of these. That's what I'm trying to say.
these colors aren't close enough on my photo.
You guys finding everything okay?
Yeah, she's just looking at bigger ones, trying to find a bigger one so she doesn't have to go with two smaller ones.
Okay. Let us know if you have any questions.
You could compare it to the cloth. So what I'm laughing at is I've never seen this before, but there's these threads. Which is quite interesting. There's also a lot bigger. I'm not saying you have to, I'm just throwing it out. Oh, glad I went after that one. That's fine. I just figured I'd throw it out. Yeah, it's that one you've got in your hand, I think.
Nope, it's this one.
Oh, and you saw one that fits better.
Yes.
I see. Okay, we've got everything in.
Oh,
Here's a silver. There's a silver. There's a silver. Okay, there's silver over here too. It actually almost looks more silver than some over there. Other than this one, yeah, I think we agree. Oh, but, oh yeah. Okay. Either way, yeah. Okay. You've got any fasteners you need?
Oh, zippers.
Just thought I'd mention it. There are some 22 and 24. So you decided to just make it as a dress?
Yeah. No, I see. Okay. Coats and corn.
Did you want to look at these?
Well, okay, wait, are we doing most of it black then? Yeah, so most of it stays black. So maybe like 2 yards of that? Yeah, 2 yards of that one. Sure.
Let's go with that.
I feel like you're just being cheated.
Sure. Isn't 12.99 per yard?
Oh,
Unless
it's okay, I saw her on Instagram.
but it's okay, unless it's like discounted, then I don't know. Happens more often than not. So that's how much you need for something.
We'll throw that in 30. How long have you worked at
But not very long.
I have a roommate that used to work here, but it was last summer.
Mindy's still debating.
Okay.
How many zippers do you need?
It was actually I think
This is for one of the other of mine,
Oh, okay.
which is why it can be shorter. Evelyn's a little color too.
Hmm? So do you need any ribbon or anything like that? Okay. I'm a passenger. I'm still in Joanne's. Go after this one, then we'll call David. Or text him. I tried to tell him to just jump on the stream and talk to me, but wrong one. We'll send it, and then if he doesn't respond, I'll have you call him. Because his texts have been messed the crap up. If that makes sense.
Oh no, it's okay. Take it home and get it down there. Thank you, though. How are you?
You only got one zipper pull?
I told you to grab whichever one you wanted.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I said for you to grab them. You want to go grab one more? The same one? Or? Okay, put another one of those on. She's going to go grab it.
Okay.
She didn't hear me.
It's okay.
Okay. There, and then...
Let's just in case do this one too. Because sometimes when you use the 40%, now you're doing twice. I don't understand you, scanner. Okay, so 40% off didn't work. They were all. So 10 off 50 did. Right here. Hi, welcome.
Okay, there. And you can grab the receipt, Wendy. I'm going to head out. Huh? Oh. If it wants to print. It's sitting there not doing anything. I just figure it might be fun for you guys to have David in the vehicle too. So David picked it up in case he decided to apply or if anyone else was interested. Makes sense?
Yep, still gonna put it there.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. I'm just saying that's what it was. So, I also need inns and greenhouses if you get a chance. But purples, inns and greenhouses are what I meant. And I bet the reason he called was he got my message and he was pretty sure I wouldn't get his message. It was funny. Yesterday, I sent him a message and his message from a week before came through. In a response. A little bit of confusion that was easily remedied, but it was a little bit of confusion, and so I think he just decided easier to call.
Oh yeah, there you go. Now you move.
What? Took forever?
Yeah, I was just staying there, so I was trying to do stuff in like the greenhouses and stuff, and it wasn't working.
Yeah, sometimes it's been like that. What they were gonna do, but I don't see any signs of them working on it. I wonder if it got canceled because of everything with COVID and everything else. So we were gonna get an In-N-Out to replace 2 gas stations, and the area it was confusing anyway because it's on 2 sides of the road. But somehow, supposedly, that's what they were gonna do. But now both gas stations are leveled and I don't see any new construction. Unless one side's the parking lot and the other side's supposed to be the In-N-Out itself. Easier to see, just making sure it's not hiding.
Thank you. I follow the beach?
Okay, there. Maybe. Right channel. Right now. We'll see you tomorrow.